26th day of September, and it's going to rain tonight, and we're down here on the clover field, and we're putting 6-24-24 low in nitrogen. We got phosphorus and potassium in the 24% 50-pound bag. So we're going to get that cranked on, because that phosphorus and potassium really grow the roots. The nitrogen is not needed that much in the clover. Well, we've already put an application on about 2 months ago. But as dry and as much pressure is going to be put on this clover, I want it to be as resilient as it can be. And so let's get to cranking it on. And that'll really help it out. It's supposed to rain tonight, and that'll take this through to next spring. I don't know if this stops coronavirus, but it sure does keep that dust out of your lungs. I gotta shut the camera off because I'm afraid it might blow over. The winds are getting pretty heavy here. So make sure you put a fall application of low nitrogen and a good phosphorus and potassium treatment to help your root system. Well, like I said, I'm gonna shut the camera off. Well, we're back on this plot back here. Got some grass growing in it, but I'd rather have the grass growing and the clover growing. It was so dry this year. We had that 4 inches of rain, but that didn't do a whole lot. And I didn't want to put that clover field under any stress. So we'll get cranking some more 6-24-24 on this one. Field's got some weeds in it, and I'll come back tomorrow. It's supposed to be cool after when it's raining, and pull those weeds out. There's those weeds up here. Now, I got so much to do this afternoon. It's supposed to could be 90, but I'll show you, these weeds come right out. You get the whole system out, but I don't want to be messing around with this because I've got a full plate. So I don't know. If I get done what I'm trying to get done, maybe I'll come back down if it stays. But I want to do some replanting, spreading, and I got another plot to fertilize. We fertilized this. This is pure attraction plot. Remember, we replanted part of it, and we got that 4 inches of rain. It's trying to come along, but yesterday this is what we went in, trying to get it done before the rain. Like I say, that's 46000. That's urea, and you want to make sure that when you put that on, you don't have any moisture. So you can't do it in the morning. You have to do it in the afternoon. Now what I'm going to do is I got a bag. You can see where the other bag, what we overseeded, is coming in with their forage oats and stuff. That this was the pure attraction that did good, and you know, that's boot high. That's not bad. Those were the spots that we left, and the spots that were completely chewed out by the critters we overseeded. And you can see now, I'm going to go in here and overseed, just overseed with this throw and grow, and we get that 1/4 inch rain or 1/2 inch, whatever we get. That all it has to do is touch the dirt, and that's bare dirt. It doesn't have a lot of leaf residue on it. So we'll get to cranking that on just in these bare spots to try to help it along. Like I say, that 4 inch rain, when it came down on our new overseed, was a little bit too much. but it sure helped what was established. We're going to go in here with this throw and grow, and on the back of here, for Iowa would be in the red zone. It began planting mid-August and continue through fall. So it's not too late for this. And on the planting, we've got it prepared, and planting depth, throw and grow does not need to be covered. So if we get ground contact on it and we get a light rain, that'll probably take it in to the ground. But we're also supposed to start getting possibly record cool temperatures. So who knows? Yeah, this is super small seed. So you don't want to plant it deep at all. Now the nice thing about it, if we get this on and we get the rain, then the leaves fall on it. It already will make contact, so it should go right up through there. So let's get cranking it on. Remember, it's only 1/4 of an acre, and we're just going to do the bare spots. So it shouldn't take too long. I got the wind blowing in my face, so I think I'm going to go out this way. Some things that I elected to do, like leave these spots that were really germinated really good with the pure traction. I mean, that stuff's magnificent. But see, it was canopied under this tree, and it sheltered it from the rain. Plus the little rain that we did get, it held the moisture. And you can see how deep that is. That whole field would have probably been like that. That's almost knee high. That's why I elected to leave these spots. But the other stuff was completely inundated with forage, and here was part of the problem. Right there, the turkeys got on this and just tore it up big time, getting that seed out. But where it did germinate, this would have been a beautiful, beautiful plot. But like I said, we got that 4 inches of deluge, which wasn't really the best thing. It was pounding it down, but you do see the forage oats are coming up. And if we get that little bit of rain, hopefully this throw and grow will fill in these spots. And if not, you know you tried your best, and that's all you can do. So this is, like I said, the 26th day of September. And we had all that, we planted that, then we got 4 days of straight rain, and it really beat the ground up. And too much moisture, not enough moisture. Food plots are a flip of a coin. Here we are up on top, and this field was clover was cropped to the ground. They were getting moisture out of the green, forage, and they really hammered it. And it came back. That 4-inch rain did help this field, and we're going to get the fertilizer on it the 26th day of September. Again, we didn't get a chance. This is not abundantly tall, but it's not too bad. Walk out here with my boot, and it's right at, you can see that's almost right at the top of my boot. We mowed it one time this year, and I wished I hadn't mowed it, because after I mowed it, it went into that drought period. And but we fertilized this a month or so ago, and so it needed it, but it wouldn't rain to activate it. But we're going to get some more 624-24 put on it, because it really looks good compared to what it looked like 30 days ago. It was brown, and it was down to the ground. Yeah, so many people, I don't think they even have a clue how much labor and monetary investment you have to do to get fields that look as weed-free as this and as green as this. They're satisfied with far less. And the thing about, I want to make one thing clear. People don't understand. If you got weeds in your clovers or your annuals, that's a poor quality of forage, because it's taking the nutrients and putting it in the weeds that the deer ain't going to eat anyway. And it's robbing the nutrition value out of your annuals, and especially your perennials. When you go to a hay auction, you can see cheap hay and you can see high dollar hay. And it's where it doesn't have any grasses in it or weed residue. It's pure alfalfa, and that'll go for top dollar. So don't feel that you're gaining anything by having a weed infected food plot, because you're just robbing it of its drawing attraction. And make sure you put this on when it's dry also. This time next week, archery season, adult archery season will be wide open. Starts on Thursday. If you were hunting food plots exclusively for your desire to harvest an animal, you can see the perennial that withstood a severe drought, and you would have a green patch to hunt over. That's why perennials are your #1 go-to. And like I said, that stuff is right at 10 inches tall out there in spots. There's short stuff, but it still did great at the end of September with the drought that we went through. And pretty well weed-free. I got some grasses in it because I couldn't mow it because it was too stressed out. Can't mow when it's that hot. So, but other than that, perennials are your #1 go-to. You might have a little maintenance, but at least you'll have something green to hunt over if that's your desire to pull deer in and size them up. So that's it on the fertilizer. The 27th day of September. We're going to walk down there and look at the clover. We were here 24 hours ago. Putting the 624-24 on this clover. What timing, what timing, what timing. Perfect rain. We were seeding this just 24 hours ago. And that's just the right amount of rain to bring that seed into the ground and get it growing. Perfect rain, perfect timing. Perfect day in the woods. We're going to go up here. We planted these oats. We planted them on the 30th of August. And we'll see how they're coming along. Here we are, September 27th. And there's the results of our forage oats. They really grew in good. Magnificent. We had to replant. And we took a roll of the dice. But it sure paid off, as you can see up through there. It's just going to get better now with this little rain and the nitrogen on there. I put the 4600 on Friday because I knew this rain was supposed to happen, but that don't mean it will. But it did, and it's really going to take off. When you look up through there, those are the results of determination. Nebraska's in the background where he took off. That trail right there is a deer trail, believe it or not. Since the 30th of August in a drought. Everything took off really good. And this rain here was $1 billion rain. It really got things going, and it's going to carry it with the nitrogen and the 624 put on. It's really going to make these plots take off. Now as I stand here in the rain, I don't care what seed you plant or what product, if you don't get timely rains, as you've seen, it won't happen. But this rain is perfect. It's not a gully washer. It's the perfect rain that you want as a food plotter. So just don't give up. Keep trying. And also, but I want to go over a couple things. Big round hay bale back there. There was one there, and then there was one over behind that fake Christmas tree. So those trees and those bales have been there all summer long. And so now that I put that blind in there, it's not quite as obtrusive, and hopefully it'll be accepted. But like I say, putting that round hay bales in there and those Christmas trees up there, they've been up there all summer. So put the blind in there, and hopefully I'll get a couple fall turkeys shot. And that's where those turkeys are headed. They're pretty on schedule, headed to that cornfield. So, well, hunting season starts on Thursday. What that would be? We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, 4 days, and you can go start shooting your animals if you wanted to over a green patch. So, but it took a lot of determination, to battle Mother Nature. And I don't know the phenomena behind that, but that hedge apple tree, year after year, produces a real good crop of hedge balls, or hedge apples. And deer love them, and squirrels love them. And there again, I got some down on the bottom and didn't produce anything. But that tree, it's loaded with them. There it is, 1 o'clock. September 29th already. How time flies. Yeah, back there in the summertime when they had the cleanup, neighborhood cleanup, remember we were out, we had a trailer load of Christmas trees. Well, now's the time. We got them, some of them packed up. We're going to go up and put them around the blind and hopefully get a fall turkey. But the four-wheeler's loaded up, and we'll head up and put the blind up and surround it with those artificial Christmas trees that will last forever. Anyhow, at least you're seeing them put into use. Oh, by the way, they were free. Well, you can see my hillbilly GPS marker. Field glove. Anyhow, I'm going to put that blind in between those 4 trees right there. That'll give me something real solid to tie off on. Plus, that's got structure to help break up, and I can tie the artificial Christmas trees on it. So I'll go in there and grub that out, get it cleaned out, get the floor cleaned out, and get the blind set up. This tool right here is actually a woodworking tool where they used to hew out log cabins, but it's called an adze. Probably very few of you ever used one of these. The trick to it is the curved handle. It'll work great clearing this undergrowth off. I'll show you. Anyhow, it's pretty heavy, and you can really get with it. The weight of it, firefighters use them a lot to make fire breaks, and they're really hard to come by anymore. Like I said, it's basically a woodworking tool, but a pick is no good because it's got this sharp end on the end of it. But this here apparatus right here, I've used it for 50 years, and I got 3 of them. And this is one that's in the worst condition, but you can use it. And what I'm trying to do is clean this residue and this flower rose out of here. So when I put the blind, so I'll get back to work, and when I get done, I'll show you how clean I got it with that as. You can see it didn't take long. This dirt's mellow. That as will get right with it. So if you ever see one of those at a garage sale, pick it up. It's a handy tool for hunting because, like I say, you can use it in multiple tasks on cleaning out areas to set blinds up at. This is what's really fun about hunting. The turkey season starts on Thursday, so today's Tuesday, so basically 2 days, 1 day, whatever, how you want to look at it. But setting up on it and prepping and all that is so much more fun than dumbing yourself down. I know the turkeys are going to travel that corridor because they're coming from bedding going to the cornfield. So it's a perfect ambush, and I set it up close enough away from the bedding area that I could sneak in there in the morning. But getting in the morning is debatable because you'll probably get snorted by deer, and that'll alert the turkeys. But evening, I can get in there really stealthy, get in, get set up, and do my thing. And it'll be set up for next spring too. I mean, the site will still be primed for next spring. I may take the blind down because I don't want to get ruined with heavy wet snow, but the site will still be a good site to hunt in the spring. So it'll be prepared. How far we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're 10 paces away from that blind. Now that's without the Christmas trees. So let's put the Christmas trees up and see what it looks like. The turkey will be coming back in, going straight east. So we're going to put a Christmas tree right up in the middle of that blind to break that big blob area up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put a T-post, pound a T-post in the ground right behind that, and then we'll tie that Christmas tree to that T-post. Tree up. Wrap this up with baling wire. make a couple loops around there. Got one on the bottom. Now we'll go around and see what it looks like from this side. The trees right there, it took some of it. And you know, I could keep putting Christmas trees around it, but it really got rid of the, I'm blind. There we go. Brushed it in a little bit. And like I said, it's a 10-yard shot. And the turkeys are going to be walking this way. So we're going to be shooting out to them windows. You know, we got it blocked up somewhat. It gave it a little character, a little less obtrusiveness. And those trees will stay that way forever. Here we are, 5:30, October 2nd. Me and LIL Donnie. We're turkey hunting and deer hunting. First time in the blind this year. So let's rock and roll. If she walks up here, Grandpa's gonna shoot it. Because the state told me to. What did you think of that mama deer?
Good, that was a good one.
What was she doing?
She was making all the animals to keep away.
Yeah. She was warning everybody that there was something up there, wasn't she? So did you hear her snort? Did you hear her go? What kind of noise did she make? Okay, we'll call it a night. But you got to see a deer, and you got to hear it stomp, and you got to hear it snort, didn't you?